What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 43, I think, of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Archaon the Everchosen Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, the endgame is here and we got attacked. Our army of Nurgle and army of Tzeentch got attacked by a pile of the Broken Axe Orcs. 4 full stacks, elite endgame stacks, hit our new armies at the same time. And even though our marauders all got broken and badly hurt, we did manage to pull it off. Our elite units were able to hold, and the flamers once again absolutely cleaned house. Now obviously we left off with the enemy attacking us again, so I couldn't do the admin between the episodes as I usually do, but we'll just have to deal with it. We will still fight this. It's a Pyrrhic victory, and a bunch of our units will get destroyed if we auto-resolve it. Plus, it's still an elite endgame stack. It's still very high veterancy. Even the biggins, which are a mere tier 2 unit, have 68 melee attacks. So everything is here. Everything that's here is still quite concerning. Yeah. Alright, well, now let's enjoy this. Anything else I gotta say? Oh, engagement threshold remains 250 likes and 40 comments? Something along those lines. Yeah, good. Go fight.
Crush these insolent fools under heel for the glory of Tzeentch.
Alrighty, here we go. I guess we're going another round with these Orcs, though a stack and a half is not going to be anything like the threat that we faced before, at least in terms of being overrun. A lot of our units are still very heavily damaged. Most of our melee line is basically non-usable or runs the risk of being completely destroyed. Glugmir is basically dead, and I believe, well, the Chaos War Shrines will heal themselves. The Hounds of Decay, or at least this unit of Hounds of Decay, is not usable, but hey, we'll see. And we still have our Flamers, of course, and they all have full ammunition now, so the enemy's gonna have to contend with that. And our snipers, away we go, target that Ragnarok. A volley from both takes it down by about 40% of its HP. The Soul Grinders of Tzeentch are very, very scary. I wonder if, just comparing them to the Soul Grinders of Nurgle, which mince infantry from a distance. I mean, they both really do a really good job at the things that they do. I wouldn't say that one is outright better than another just by virtue of that, but yeah, really liking these Soul Grinders of Tzeentch. Anyway, support the Soul Grinders with blue fire, is gonna hit them in the side, and down goes the Ragnarok before it can do anything. Alright, and it looks like the enemy has a pile of cav moving in, but most of it appears to be range cav, or at least on this flank it appears to be all range cav. That ain't great for the AI. Oh my lord, speaking of not great for the AI, 2 volleys into that poor Goblin Great Shaman means 1 more hit will bring it down. All the while the enemy range units move in and get burned for their trouble. They're Orky shooters, so they're not going to win in a shootout against us, and they still have to bring our barrier down. Enemy Lord will probably die to that hit. There he goes, dropping in the distance while his minions burn. Alright, sending at least some of those range units packing. A unit of nasty skulkers did manage to almost reach the line, but got burned just as they got there, and the shootout continues. There we go, yeah, cross this bloody scorched battlefield to try to get to those flamers. Good luck to you, Orcs. They've already seen their lord and their Ragnarok get brought down on the way. But hey, at least they kept coming. Though, by the looks of it, at the very least, this portion of the battlefield is already ours. The enemy reinforcements, their second army, is arriving on the field. It does look like a few enemy units have made it to the Nurglish army as well, where the Beasts of Nurgle and our Great Unclean Ones will surround and destroy them. They're merely boar boys after all, and they just won't be able to do enough damage to out-heal the regeneration as well as the extra healing provided by the shrines. Alright. Boar boys are out here. We've got a Savage Orc unit that got obliterated by some Nurglish marauders with great weapons and more Beasts of Nurgle. Very nice, and we continue. Send those slime trails and fire trails, I guess, forward. Ooh, does look like the enemy does have a somewhat threatening unit on the field in the form of that Doomdiver catapult, which appears to be targeting our already hurt unit, Flamers of Tzeentch, as in hurt from the previous battle. We'll have to be a little bit careful with that. And the other giant moves on the field as well, but has already lost half of its HP to the, not the Flames of Tzeentch, but the Javelins of Tzeentch. But that's all magics of Tzeentch either way. And the troops beneath or below, below Slaaneshi, below the giant are getting burninated, and this thing might be able to reach our battle lines, but it's not going to reach them in good shape, let's say. Alright, down to about a quarter of its HP. Orcs are still coming. But getting burninated as they do, and it looks like a couple more hits will bring the giant down, but it has just managed to reach our Beasts of Nurgle. And we also have an Exalted Hero down here as well. And down it goes, another great snipe from those Soul Grinders. Yeah, the usefulness of the Soul Grinders of Tzeentch and the usefulness of the Soul Grinders of Nurgle makes the Soul Grinders of Slaanesh and Khorne feel a lot less viable. And sure, the Khornate Soul Grinder will probably out-melee the others, and sure, the Soul Grinder of Slaanesh has debuffs, but I don't know if they provide enough value. Another Lord gets sniped, and it looks like all the single entities have been destroyed by the Soul Grinders of Nurgle, and most of the, or Soul Grinders of Tzeentch rather, and most of the non-single entities got burned by the Flamers. There we go. The enemy just didn't have enough massive troops to threaten these armies, or even I should say probably the Tzeentchian army. Just want to get one more shot of those Flames of Tzeentch. Oh, working. Very, very nice. Anyway, we'll chase a decent amount of the enemies off, or at least as best as we can do here, but off screen. Alrighty, I am very happy with that battle. I really was not expecting a sort of shootout between the enemy range units and our Flamers. Well, we got one, and the enemy certainly did get wrecked for it. It was also fun, let's say, a decent idea of the enemy to attack us immediately, because as soon as they stop attacking, A, a lot of our Marauders will turn into Chaos Warriors, and B, we got these two on War Shrines. I'm not 100% sure that we want them to be on War Shrines. Maybe the Lord on the disc and these two on War Shrines, I don't know, but it was a good opportunity for the AI, though alas it will not be able to take too much advantage of it. Guess we can kill the captives, mostly because we'll maybe want to chase some of the enemies down. And that looks like that was it for the Broken Axes attack. They will be back, we'll have to chase and destroy. Looks like we're going to lose Castle Artois to a tiny little army here. You gonna take it, bud? No? Too scared? Alright. Throggy. I didn't even realize we didn't have a trade agreement. We will do that, but first we have to prioritize the Rapturous Excess down south. Sildrator probably wants the same thing. Yeah, not yet. You gotta be Vassalized or you gotta be destroyed. And who the... Oh, it's... The leader of Skeggy is a Fimir? Huh. I wasn't expecting that. Alright, decline. We'll do it later, we'll do it later. Not that there's gonna be too much later, but nonetheless. Faction destroyed, Clan Worms. Alright, well, that was Scarbrand's doing, and once again, I appreciate his work this time around. Now, These guys are all over the place, and yeah, that looks like they will indeed head over to our precious territories here. We need to see them off quick. Settlements grand and massive. Alright, so we're losing some garbage settlements in a few places, but that's hardly a concern. Another beguiling gem, a war banner, a talisman of endurance. That's the better find. There's those war shrines. And sacrificial prophecy. Alright. Lots of things happening. Now, we're going for a tuning ritual, and we will continue doing so. Mystical banner first. Then, I'm going to start with the building, because otherwise I'll forget, because I usually do it between the episodes. Profane Sanctum, max you out. Let's get a War Shroud Tower of Blood here for Khorne. And we have all this, so I guess we're getting the Chaos Gate there. Another Chaos Gate for you. Frigid Wasteland up to tier 5, beautiful, that's what I like to see, and Worshippers as well. Albion. Yes to the strategy chamber, though I don't expect these allies to be making all that much. In fact, 56k vassal tribute, it's not bad. It's not horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible. The Valkyria did much better in this, but we have so many of the war shrines, it doesn't look like it's going to matter all that much, so that's just fine. Also, do we have any minor territories which we need to uncollect the income? Yes, we do. Here and here. I really don't want to be dealing with rebellions so late into the campaign, so just turn those off. Alright, only the Dark Fortresses should be on. Hopefully I didn't accidentally have a Dark Fortress that's turned off, but well, it's probably too late to find it now. Has Gorok landed here? Or Krokgar, rather. Abyss is back.
Leave before I overload your senses with unthinkable agony.
Alright, well, Krokgar went away, but guess we're marching back, most likely. These guys will have a full stack and we'll be able to retake Alchemist Forever Maze. We're gonna have to make a temporary lord there to make sure that it doesn't fall. You... I would like you to land here, away from Abyssa. I borrowed this army to maybe distract Krokgar, not Gorok, but looks like it won't be needed. Also, how many turns? 2 turns until Festus. Alright, let's get this guy. Entyro here. Oh, now actually, if you have to defend, we're better off getting the Lore of Metal. So Iron Skin. And you can get just whatever we have here. Spend the money, just to make sure that Occam's Forever Maze doesn't get attacked and does not fall. Alright, let's get back to doing everything in order. Archie, you are in range of Nagenhof. Is it time? Is it time at last to declare war upon Vlad? He is moving closer. Where are you going, Boris? Trying to retake Arnau, perhaps? Certainly a possibility. I see. Wolfracran, say if I had been able to do the admin between the episodes, I would have simply traded a bunch of the territories. Just checking out where the vampires' armies are. Alright, so most of them seem to be concentrated near to this edge of the Empire, and then there are a few central as well, but yeah, I think it's time. Hopefully they don't come around Grand Peak. I'm almost tempted to send Village this way, because it'll be much faster than reaching this, but I fear that a Narath alone will not be able to take all that himself. He ain't built for it. Also, speaking of, Fists of Khorne. What are we gonna do next? We could go for another one of these. I do like the skull cannons as well. You know what? Health... I already have them in 2 armies. I don't wanna repeat that. Now I have Death's Bounty. Character experience gain per turn, plus 100. If it was unit experience gain per turn, plus 100, I would take that in a heartbeat, but like this now. Let's just get another one of these guys. Alright. Next up, Bloom of Decay we need to keep until the end of the turn, and frankly, same with all this. Feathered Abominations, however, can be switched to another mystical mutation. Lovely. I wanted to get another Hell Cannon, but I think that there's nothing that we can take away, at least not until the end of the turn, so we'll wait. Well, let's get the next Mutalith. Oh, right, that screws up the movement range. Oh, well, whatever, what can you do? You're going to... Ooh... These guys can move pretty far. Possible that they'll be able to attack us at Iron Rock. And you're still damaged. Well, if it happens, it happens. You're gonna have to deal with it. And we'll see if they can range us. Let's just hope that they cannot. Let's pop you into channeling stance. Wait, will raiding help us heal? No, it will not. So channeling it is. Well, next, we will want to upgrade you to an armored troll. And you to an armored troll. You two sadly cannot be armored, but, well, we would like you to be. Wondering whether it might be a good idea to replace some of the Nurglings with something a little bit stronger. Also, we do have manticores available and more trolls. Yes. Alright, take you out. What do we have here? 1 giant, 1 manticore, and 2 trolls. This is our monstrous army. Yeah, sorry, Nurglings, you have no place here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, that's a little better, though we will still run into the major issue of having the trolls just rout at the drop of a hat. 45 leadership. That's awful. That is just awful. We need a war shrine. We need a war shrine to give them buffs. We have a war shrine of Nurgle, so I think that's what we'll take. We can take out... I'm disinclined to lose the aspiring champions, let's say. We need the doggos to chase things down. Yeah, sorry, aspiring champions, I love ya. You're strong, you're real strong, but we need specific things in this army. It's a monstrous army. We can replace the Hounds of Decay with something else. Use Dragon Ogres to chase things down, for example. They are fast, after all. It's certainly an option. Can't have Dragon Ogres only in Kolek's army. They run at 70 speed, so they're a little bit faster than the Hounds of Decay. They're also a lot more fragile, though. Now that the Hounds of Decay are just ludicrously buffed. You know what, I think we'll wait on that. Maybe we'll do it, maybe we won't. Also, Nerath, how you doing, bud? We have Monstrous Strength maxed out, which is the main thing that we wanted from you. I did want you to get Brand of Turmoil, because we want that missile resistance for the army. Alright, anyway, that's you, buddy. Let's get back to doing things in order. As I said, it's time to declare war upon Vlad. The endgame is here, and it's all the endgames at the same time, in the sense that, well, the Yorkie endgame plus whatever the heck we're doing. Are you allied with anybody? Oh, he's allied with Pirates of Sartosa and Followers of Nagash. Decent likelihood that upon the war declaration on him, they join it. I mean, we don't really care about the Pirates of Sartosa, they're kind of far. And frankly, so are the Followers of Nagash. The only issue is... our allies won't join the wars then. Which ain't great. As we would want to, but I don't think we have much of a choice. So I think we're just going to directly declare war. Alright, here we go. Call your allies to help. Well, they will both join. Alrighty. Well, it's World War chaos here. I mean, I guess it always was since we're playing Archaon, but anyway. Anyway, take Nagenhof real quick. I don't imagine it'll stand up to your army in any way, though I'm sure the giants will get hurt as they always do. Not resolve. Yeah. That should be more than enough to heal Occupy. Alright, it begins. Another blasphemous amulet for us, though we'll, let's say, build up some items, as we'll need a lot more. Master of Seals, I'd like you to go to... Pyrrhic Victory, really? Against this? Nonetheless, it's not worth fighting. Oh wow, our poor cockatrices. Looks like the auto-resolve hates the cockatrices just as much as it hates the... stop moving. Just as much... Ooh, a Banner of Rage, nice. Just as much as it hates the giants. And a Chaos Chariot for Cormac, no thank you. Okay, everybody's pathing to glory, but Cormac's in here, I take it? Yes, no to the Chaos Chariot. Oh, I never got to make a full chariot army. I mean, we have chariots in one army, but could have used more chariots. Alright, so what I wanted to do here was you to go to Griffin Wood, because I would like to see if there are any undead armies nearby, and I don't see any, so we're still looking okay. Go into encamps... channeling, perhaps? No, wait, this will take attrition if we don't encamp. Go into encamp, stand right beside Beckhoff and heal as much as you can. Yeah, these guys are gonna take a while. Maybe we got a knight by now? We did! We got one Chaos Knight, alright, that's one. And he starts at rank 4, which ain't too bad. Gonna take him a while still to get to Doom Knight, but that's a lot faster. Scourge of Akatane. I don't like the fact that you're there. May have to recruit some forces and chase them down. I guess we could do it with this particular army. Alright, fine. Just take whatever. Actually thinking about putting a pile of spawn into Bellacor's army. There could certainly be a use for that as well. Well, whatever. Just take all this garbage for now. Minus 3.1k and auto-resolve this.
Absolutely.
Can't be letting these rogue armies pop up randomly and take territories over. Like so. Valiant. Oh, wow. Oh, I did not realize that. These guys have elites. Alright, fine. Retreat. What we need to do then is this. Warband upgrades. Alright, fine. Either way. Warband upgrades you. We can upgrade you guys to Marauder Horsemasters. The Knights we will immediately, I guess, upgrade to Tzeentch Knights of the regular variety. And do we upgrade you guys all to Chaos Warriors? I mean, it's not like we really have a use for you anywhere. Alright, let's go Chaos Warriors with Halberds. And then, to make them stronger, we'll Tzeentchify them. Chaos Warriors of Halberds of Tzeentch. That's a lot of anti-large suddenly in this army. You don't change. Now. That's better. Doggo's dead, but we don't care. It's just not worth the fight at this point in time. And we'd obviously win. You can also... take the money because you won't be fighting again, yeah. Alright, and you don't need the Norse Berserker. Alright, now I take it there's no knights around. We never built the knight building here, did we? No, we did not. I was going to potentially... Well, I guess we'll keep on trying / waiting. And honestly, getting additional XP ain't the worst thing in the world either. Alright. Keep an eye on the Tower of Crack. Good, good, good. Alright, who is up next? Azazel. Let's keep moving. We've got more big fights to find. And then hopefully fight as well. Looks like you won't be able to reach Spectazuma? Well, that's just unfortunate. Maybe after crossing he'll get more movement range? No, he won't. Alright, fine. And I was gonna summon another lord here, but I guess we can do it next turn. In the meantime, you can encamp. Alright, then... Kolek, you're gonna have to chase these guys down. It'll mean that these guys will probably deal with Arbal, but, well... Go here, Arbal. Kolek can land at the Monument to the Moon. I'll resolve this, obviously, because it's full of garbage. Ooh, what do we have here? Terracotta Automatons. Yeah, but it's not worth fighting peasants. Not at this stage in the campaign, especially not with Kolek's army. Maybe one of the newer, weaker armies, but, well, not with Kolek's. Arbal, go into ambush stance, and go right here. Kolek, I would like you to go as close to Monument of the Moon as possible. And I doubt this will work, but just give it a try. Alright, enemy killed in battle. Fear of Varamar, not going to be particularly useful. Garrulus has a Mantcore Swell for Garrulus. Who's up next? Gulator. You've got places to be. Alright, so how do we do this? We will first want to have Be'lakor move in so he can leech XP. And then we'll have, in regular... Oh, damn, I screwed his stance over. Oh, well, too late. Then we'll go none stance for you, kill Azdrag Bootlika. Auto-resolve. I didn't check Be'lakor's army, I'm just gonna assume that it'll be fine. Yeah. And go for kill captives, because we're going to auto-resolve the Black Pit here. Ah, potion of healing, though. Nice. Alright, then you can go here. And you can auto-resolve that. A little bit of damage on the spawn, but, well, it is what it is. And, nah, we're not going to subjugate Sack. And domination campaign victory, oh my. I wasn't expecting to get a domination campaign victory, but it was always bound to happen when you have... when you are going for world conquest, or at least as close to it as you can get it. We're actually fairly close, so it's not surprising. We've done a lot of just, well, domination. And at turn 114, not bad. Continue campaign, however. It ain't over yet. Not while there's interest at any rate. Glory to you, glory to us, the war will go ever on, for that is the nature of this turbulent. Is it? Not when Archaon's through with it, but for this moment we can claim victory. Swell. Just swell. Or was this? Huh. Or was this episode 44? I don't know. Some episode, some point in time. Anyway. You guys are gonna go over here, but I think we can freely take Weissman. Ooh, but if we do, Vlad is liable to attack us. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, it's just that these guys are a little bit hurt. I'm also wary of the fact that Vlad is level 30 and he might have Lightning Strike. So it might be better that we don't risk it. Let's do this. We're going to pop you into ambush for this turn. We'll have, okay, we'll have Kagan occupy the Black Pit. Not subjugate it. Yes. And we'll repair it and we'll pop a Twisted Relic there. Then we'll leave these two... Oh, okay, now you can do this. Go into encamp stance, or channeling actually. Your magic isn't full, your mana isn't full. Yeah, so you two. Stay near here, and I want to see how Vlad reacts to all this. They might be able to reach us with multiple armies, but, well, if it works. I don't know why I decided to block that army. I wanted to steal tech and I just kind of clicked what was available. Double failure. Oh, tech thieves. This is why you didn't get a unique name. Rude. Anyway, Siggy. You're up next, sir. And ooh, Eltharion the Grim with a full stack, plus what's it, Torfanu, plus Alea Quinn with another half stack. I think that sounds like an actual fight for Siggy. I was going to send him around to Evershale. Can you summon stuff? Probably not enough to take Evershale yourself, Alright, well, Siggy, we've got a fight for you, so that means we're gonna level you. Hearts of Iron, for obvious reasons. And you're already a strong fighter. Let's get you maxed out with Self-Obsessed. You are going to be dueling Eltharion, after all. And he's, well, he's no slouch. Deadly Blade for you and Foe Seeker. We'll want Infernal Champion as well, but for now we're good. You two. Maxed out in Scouting and Pain is Pleasure. Possibility Soul Feeder. Oh, right. It's great. But I just can't say no to the additional speed. Oh, this will keep these guys a lot healthier, though. Did you... Man, maybe we forego the 10% bonus charge bonus and 10% bonus speed. And get them Slaanesh Soul Feeder instead, because they're always getting ripped apart by range. What's the speed on these guys? At 59. And we could have them at 65 with the additional 10%. They're already pretty quick. I would like them to be quicker. I kind of would like Sigvald to be quicker as well. I guess one problem is this. Shadow Man doesn't cast a lot because, I mean, what's he gonna spam? Melkoths repeatedly? And I guess he could spam Melkoths repeatedly. I'm not sure that it's worth our time. I mean, I guess it stops enemies. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go Slaanesh Soul Feeder. But then Siggy, he could run even faster. And the idea amuses me greatly. And yes, I am spending time vacillating about this. It's a very important decision, damn it. It's a most important decision area. Yeah, fine, just go for Slaanesh Soul Feeder. We'll forego the slight amount of additional hit point, spell resistance, miscast base chance reduction, cooldown for spells, and warrior wizard. Melee defense is nice, but they're getting killed by range, not by melee. Let's go for Spell Slinger. This will hopefully combine with Slaanesh Soul Feeder to keep healing you? Maybe? I don't know if the 4% is all that worth it, but let's do it. Slaanesh Soul Feeder, obviously potent, and then Spell Slinger as well. That sounds good to me. Let's head directly for Torfanu and Eltharion. Hopefully we'll be able to reach White Tower of Hoeth immediately after this, though. I have my doubts. Medium casualties, Sounds great. Go. Alright, here we go. Siggy's back and running way ahead of the rest of his army. The Mirror Guard also run, but they look like normal running. Relatively normal, despite the fact that they move at 63 speed. 81 speed on Siggy when he's out of the water. Oh, does he have Strider as well? Doesn't appear to have been slowed down by the water either. Well, and just look at him go. The army is very much falling behind, but he has to get to Eltharion. And he's nearly there already. Let's see if Eltharion is willing to fight or else will min some of his troops. But no, it looks like he will drop down and face off against Siggy immediately. And we do pop the Fires of Change upon the enemy unit of Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers, as we obviously don't want them hurting our Chosen as they move forward. And this duel will probably last for quite the while. Oh, actually, maybe not. Eltharion's already down to near half HP, and not so great for him. Alright, and how we look in Fear of Aramar? Looks like he wants no more of this, or at least will back off, leaving Siggy on the ground. Sadly, Siggy won't be able to follow, but it looks like Eltharion is brave enough to return to the fray. But just as he does, Sigvald pops his Sonic Boom ability, or the Slaneshi Sonic Boom ability, that we currently have while we have that particular gift active, knocking away all the units and allowing him to hit Eltharion a couple more times, and forcing him to run away. In the meantime, the rest of our army has arrived, by and large concentrated here near Siggy, but another half of it sort of concentrated on the flanks. We also have our units of Chaos Knights, some with lances and some with sword and board, competing with each other, and I'm excited to see how they perform in comparison. We shall certainly see. Oh, I like these wooded areas where you can sort of see what's going on. You know, there's like a little light filtering through, makes for some great shots. Plus the glow of the Slaneshi unit's hooves, I guess. Oh, did this... Huh. So some of the sword and board units look like they were missing their swords. But I could be mistaken. Anyway, charge on into the back of the enemy lines. Mostly we're trying to hunt down the enemy range units, but, well, pinning a bunch of white lions against the Chosen certainly works well for us. Plus, we haven't really seen too much out of the Chaos Knights of Slaanesh, especially not the ones with lances as yet. So we gotta allow them a little bit of action. Alright, and it looks like those white lions are in trouble. The High Elven Archers will be, well, the next priority while we run around in the background. It does look like our War Shrines, just judging by their health, are doing pretty okay now. They are still getting focused down, but they're not losing as much HP, or at the very least they are losing HP, but they are recovering it by the looks of it. Which is most definitely better, and fairly nice contest here by the looks of it as Chaos Warriors, and this is our flank, so it is the Chaos Warriors and not the Chosen, are facing off against some spears, but they can certainly handle that. Another spell comes down, a Lash of Slaanesh onto the enemy blob there, as we make it back into the fight, and we just got to keep casting. Soul Feeder restores up to 4% hit points. I kind of want to see, next time you cast, how much HP this will actually give you. You only lost about 1,500. Just gotta wait for another Lash of Slaanesh to pop up. Although I might miss it when it does, as the enemy army is very much being overrun. The knights moving around in the background have essentially forced most of the enemy range units into the melee, which ain't gonna work out so well for them either. Oh, there it goes, healing a little bit. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. But it was at least 500 HP that I could tell. I forgot what the number was originally because I got distracted by the fighting. Anyway, it looks like Eltharion's main stack has by and large been destroyed, but his reinforcements are moving on to the field. Now, unlike the main stack, the reinforcement is outside the settlement, which means we're going to have to probably destroy them to a man, whereas this one we just have to force to rout. And is that a noble getting brought down there by the exalted hero? Perhaps. Either way, Kill them off, run them off, etc. Doesn't really matter. Just gotta allow the second army to arrive, who we will want to kill to a man. Some Silver Helms decided to charge in, but against the Chosen, that's probably not gonna work too well. 59 speed. We definitely could have gotten it up there, but they would never be fast enough to chase down Cav, at least not without poison or something affecting the Cav, and we just don't have the application in this army. And at this speed, they'd be able to chase down pretty much any infantry anyway. I suppose they have trouble chasing down ogres, but I'm not sure that we'll ever get another battle against ogres in this particular campaign, so it's unlikely to happen. Let's as all the ogre factions are either vassalized or dead. Anyway, some white lions or war lions have joined the battle, but, well, bleed or not, they're just not going to get through the massive HP pools of those Chosen. The second blob of the army is... Oh! Siggy has caught the second enemy lord, I believe. Archmage, yes. And has caused said enemy lord to slow down, and will bring him down. Siggy, stop running around her like a maniac. What is this? Yeah, sometimes when your units move really fast compared to the other targets, they sort of just run around them rather than attacking, which is kind of bizarre to watch. But anyway, the knights charge through the holes in our battle lines. Since we've separated our army into two separate blobs, it does allow our knights to function like this, not just on the flanks, but through the middle as well, which is decent as it allows us to catch some of these silver helms and run them down. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad. The Exalted Hero sort of hanging around and leading, but it looks like with that, the enemy army will shatter. A relatively simple fight. Looks like we didn't take too much damage. I think, funnily enough, the Knights of the Cavalcade of Obscenity in this particular case and took the most damage when fighting on the flanks relatively unsupported. But they also don't have as much veterancy or buffs as the Chosen do right now. Just out of curiosity, our Chosen of Slaanesh have 122 armor, and our Aspiring Champions have 132 armor, and our Chaos Warriors have 192 armor. It shouldn't work that way. Like, I get it, it's from building buffs, but it shouldn't work that way. How are Chaos Warriors, regular Chaos Warriors, out-armoring Chosen and Aspiring Champions so much? It's quite a lot, too. 192 compared to 122. 70 more armor. It's like they strapped a Imperial troops armor to... Well, no, wait. Imperial troops don't even have that much. I don't know, but it's a big difference. Anyway, we got a little bit of chasing to do. We can do that off screen. Alright, a very nice fight and a huge amount of money and XP as reward, which does make sense considering we're losing 8.5k gold per turn. For relatively little damage at 19, our Chaos Knights suffered a little bit, 25, 28, 22, and 20. It does look like the non-Lancer Knights did better than the Lancer Knights, but not so much better that there was a huge difference. They also did lose more units, which is odd, but it's probably because I was sending them into more dangerous situations than I was the Lancers, so kind of makes sense there. Anyway, we will sack this, and then we need to figure out where we can move, if anywhere, from here. We are able to head to... Oh, we were able to head to. I thought he wasn't going to move, but he did. Student, Banner of Eternal Flame, let's all swell, knock out this army, and then see if we can reach the next place. And we will go for, I don't know, kill captives for the auto-resolve, perhaps, and I guess we can end up at the White Tower of Koeth. And we can take this. What do we have here? There's basically nothing there. If we do this, and yes, I know we're already losing insane amounts of cash, but you go there, and pure victory, great, and enhance. There we go. And occupy. Oh wow, we got a decent amount of cash from that. Surprising occupy like so. Good. And I did not realize there was Alarielle there. Fortunately, she has a garbage defeat trait, so we don't really care, but surprising. You hit the white tower, please. No gates to be worried about over on this side. I'm sure this is going to damage us, but not so badly that it's a big deal. We will sack, and oh, I shouldn't have sacked. Why? Why did I do that? It's just a natural reaction. Damn, my bad. I really shouldn't have done that. Oh well. What can you do? That's what happens when you try to speed through things instead of thinking about what you're doing. But oh well. Anyway, we have murderous mechanisms. We don't have another bloodthirster available. Not that we really need one here. I guess you can take Mistnar or Torcorali. It doesn't really matter. I do think that we'll go for Mistnar first. Doesn't look like you can reach Torokar, at least from here. Take the... And the Out-of-Resolve doesn't like this army, does it? It seems to want to force it to fight every time. Not that that's a big deal, considering we're still trying this army out, but, well. We'll summon you so that you can do the same job and take Torcorali, allowing Demahard to move past you. But let's see what else we gotta do before we take it. Gulator, you are stuck in ambush. Well, not stuck, but sitting in ambush for a while. Village, I really wanted you to send you around to Zufbar, but I think we have to go to the Orcs, so to the Orcs we go. And these guys are at war with them, but nobody seems to be heading in that direction. Which is a shame, but what can you do? Jaeger, you guys did such a great job. I see Beaumont is still there, and oh, these guys still do have piles of units there, don't they? Lots of cav, basically all the fast stuff that we couldn't catch the first time around. On the one hand, we can't really leave Beaumont sort of running around doing whatever he pleases. I think what we need to do here is we need to sort of knock these armies out. I'm just not sure it's worthy of screen time, considering they're all basically dead. Especially, wait, you guys are Rebel? Level 4, damn, so close. You are going to become Halberdiers of Zinch. And then you, and you are going to become Chaos Warriors of Zinch. Maybe 2 shielded ones. Let's go 2 shielded ones. The Halberdiers are going to be more useful against the Orcs in particular, so we can always switch them back if we need to. You two were here temporarily, but frankly, you've been reasonably useful, and who knows, maybe we'll get a few Doom Knights in here, or replace them with something else. I'll probably do the cleanup here between the episodes. I just don't think this is going to be all that difficult considering what we've had. Then again, a lot of fast-moving units. The way I figured it was we sent just the one army out there, rather than the 2. Which could work out to force all of these guys to continue fighting, rather than running away. Or wait, can they run? Oh wait, I don't think they can run, never mind. We're fine. It won't be a waste of time. We will do this. We'll upgrade you to Chaos Warriors of Nurgle with great weapons for now. And you to be shielded. And the rest of you can't be upgraded. I am a little bit wary of the doggos dying, but we'll move you in like so. Assuming nobody else needs to be upgraded. And then we will upgrade... Wait. I was gonna upgrade you to a spawn, but alas, not possible. Go after this guy. Or this guy. Doesn't really matter, go after anybody. Ooh, actually, we need to know who actually ran in Angus. Just try and see what happens. Okay, good. Pyrrhic Victory. Apparently, the game still thinks that this is worth fighting even with all of these armies. Well, I guess it is an endgame stack, or all the endgame stacks of this army together, so fine. We'll fight them again. And I guess we'll do so right now because, well, we gotta. Let's pop the bonus damage on the sword and board. And no, put it on the halberdiers. Tempted to put, oh damn, I should have taken these guys off the war shrines. Well, too late now. I guess we're war shrining. Anyway, away we go again.
These pitiable fools cannot hope to withstand the dark sorcery and my power.
Alrighty, here we go. I hope you guys haven't had enough of fighting massive orky stacks over the last couple of episodes, cause, well, at least one more here, and against the Broken Axe. The other orc stacks will probably not be blobbed up nearly as much, so we'll see. We'll see. This is also where we have 3 war shrines of Tzeentch. I'm not sure whether it's worth it to keep these guys on the war shrines rather than the discs, because they can't really reposition themselves. This means that they lose a big advantage that these guys normally have, which is being able to fly close to an enemy blob and then blue fires of Tzeentch and target them while they approach the army. This generally allows you to do a massive amount of damage to some critical units and severely weakens the army. On the other hand, I suppose the war shrines do have the ability to increase our spell mastery, which makes the spells as the enemy approach stronger. Hard to say. Anyway, looks like we've got some fighting going on the flanks. Some boar boys gonna charge at one of our soul grinders of Tzeentch. Gonna have to be careful with it, as we've burninated our poor soul grinders many a time before, and we're gonna back them off lest the flamers kill them. It's just too dangerous. And there we go. It looks like at the very least on this flank the battle is ours, but the main reinforcement, the main army, are still moving in. We did send the war shrines in to do a little bit of fighting and just to close the distance with the enemy a little bit and cast some spells, but they will return to the rest of the army while we wait for our Nurglite forces to arrive. You're wondering why I'm being less protective, let's say, of the war shrines of Tzeentch than I am of the war shrines of Slaanesh. The war shrines of Tzeentch have regeneration, or at least these guys have regeneration right now, so we're gonna be pretty good. Yeah, I forgot what the Curse of Cannibalism or whatever it was that we got, but yeah, while these guys have regen, they're not going to be threatened. It'll only last for a few more turns, but we may as well and get used to it, or make use of it. And the enemy should get used to it, though they probably won't be able to do so for too long. Alright. And the enemy is moving in, but isn't going to be able to do too much against the war shrines. They will start focusing them down a little bit with those range units, but once again, trust in the regeneration, especially on such a big unit with so much HP. The flanks remain ours as the enemy does move in, but gets burninated. When it tries, it does have a Ragnarok spider moving in, but it's already lost about 2/3 of its HP, and will fall for good under fire from our soul grinders and a few hits. Ooh, looks like some of the javelins are impacting the trees, unfortunately, but hopefully not too many. It looks like one more volley will bring the Ragnaroks down. We could even probably burninate it with our flamers should we desire to do so, but hey, why? There we go. Exalted Flamers and the Ragnarok and the Soul Grinders bring it down. Some more units move in, including some trolls who are fearful of fire. And it does look like the trolls just made it to our flamers, which is unfortunate, or kind of unfortunate for us. Ooh, nice sniping from those soul grinders, bringing down some of those orky boar chariots. Although they're not a particularly threatening chariot unit, so I'm not crazy concerned. In the meantime, Grom de Punch has arrived with the rest of his army in a absolutely brutal melee, as all the units are basically fighting. Tzeentch and Nurgle armies combined to form one big old stack. And some of you guys called for some more mixed armies, and by allowing these two armies to function together, that's effectively what we're doing. Alright, very nice. Keep dropping those, ooh, hello. Looks like an enemy catapult is hitting us, or a Doom Diver possibly. Couldn't quite make out whether there was a screaming gobbo attached to that projectile. But anyway, I lost my train of thought because I got distracted. Battle good is what I'm getting at. And the enemy's still coming on the flanks, Slaneshi giggle, but it looks like they're done. Over on the left, we're going to send off our Marauder horses to chase down and destroy that Goblin Rock Lobber, and then hopefully that Doom Diver Catapult. As well, it looks like some Black Orcs have arrived over on this side, though. It'll take a little bit of a while to break through them, but we do have our now Chaos Warriors joined by the Great Unclean One and the Beasts of Nurgle, so a single unit of Black Orcs really isn't going to be doing much here. And, ooh, hello, that was dangerous. I think our Exalted Hero just took a bunch of hits from our Soul Grinders. And definitely gotta be careful with that. But yeah, now that our Marauders have turned to Chaos Warriors, both of these armies are just so much stronger than they were before, well, most of the Marauders, as we don't expect them to just suddenly and constantly rout at the drop of a hat. Although it is quite impressive how long it's taking everybody here to do damage to the Black Orcs, but they are high veterancy. Wait. I just put Black Orcs. Yeah, I think they had 100 and something at melee attack before they got debuff. Yeah, they have 83 now with poison on them. Damn. Well, I mean, they are Black Orcs, so they are going to hit hard, but damn. Still gotta be careful. Anyway, it looks like Ram the Paunch's main army is getting overrun here as we continue advancing. Hopefully getting decent mileage out of our spells with with all that spell mastery that we've got up on the War Shrines of Tzeentch. And since the leftmost flank is done in terms of fighting, we've been able to move our Flamers and start hitting the enemy's flanks instead, giving them a little bit of taste of their own medicine here. And there we go, the Orcs flee before the combined might of Tzeentch and Nurgle. More enemy units will get sniped as they do. There we go, nice job to the Soul Grinders, but now it's just a matter of running the enemy down. Poor Grom here is trapped in a pile of Hounds of Decay, and they'll probably nip, rip, and tear until that big boy gets brought down. I just want to see his death animation before the battle is done, and there we go. Chariot kind of explodes and he rolls downhill. Every time I'm impressed with how big the Hounds of Decay are. They are big boys, 750. Huh, how interesting. They have 250 more mass than the Flesh Hounds do, don't they? Pretty sure Flesh Hounds only have 500 mass. Huh, curious, I wasn't expecting that. But anyway, a very nice little fight once again. Thank you to the Orcs, but for now it looks like Grom's endgame stacks are defeated. Alrighty, so a decent amount of units did escape, but I'm still not sure, so hopefully the armies are destroyed. We'll see. Turns take so long right now that I don't remember whether it was this turn or last turn that the remnant or the original armies were destroyed, so we gotta figure it out. Either way, all their lords died, including Grommy, and we suffered very little for that. And once again, I don't regret it. There's a good reason I always build a fire army whenever I can in my campaigns. They're always just so fun, especially when you have access to legit flamer units, which always just work so fantastically well. And then I love watching them. Anyway, we're going to kill those captives, and all the armies are destroyed. Beautiful. Now, unfortunately, I imagine you won't be able to catch Bohemond the Devoted, but it is what it is. I see the Red Duke's running around out here, but he is hardly going to be a threat. We do have a bunch of items that we got, though we don't really care about any of them on Glugmir. It's just random stuff that he picked up, but we're going to replace him with Festus in, was it 2 turns still? Still 2 turns, yeah. See what I mean about the turns taking long and me getting confused? And, ooh, you're rank 17, though. You'll be able to ascend to demonhood soon. Oh, wait. Or was I supposed to keep you non-ascended? Oh, right, we were gonna send the flying guy to Demon Hood. I'll think about it. This guy's more likely to reach it sooner, let's face it. But for now, you're going to take Castle Bastion for yourself. Auto-resolve it, hopefully. Oh, I should have moved the other army in, but too late. You know what? Sack it for the XP and stop moving. Okay, good. And occupy. This will allow this last unit to become another halberdier. You guys are still okay, and the army is looking good. Glugmere. Now, we have two options with you. One, stay here in case a massive pile of parts of Sartosa attack us. They've been doing fairly decently. They crossed the mountains, they destroyed half of Athel-Loren, and though surprisingly they're not at war with Durthu, though they still hold the Oak of Ages and he hasn't reclaimed it, which is quite interesting. I feel like we have to send you around, Glugmere. Go out here, try to follow Beaumont, and then possibly head to Kuran directly. And on top of that, if Fort Berg gets attacked by one of these guys, then we can immediately counter them and attack them. Alright, looking pretty good. Gulator, alright, every time. Valkia, you're up next. What do we got here? Rank 8, well, I guess we need to... You won't be able to take this with nothing, will you? There's just like a tiny pile of troops there, although maybe... Wait, let me see here. Garbage troops. For a few turns we're going to have these massive expenditures, but then we'll eventually end up deleting all of these little garbage armies that follow. Ah, there we go, it's still good. And Helm of Discord. Don't sack because you have no need of XP or items or anything of that nature. You're just here to follow Valkia around. Valkia, you're going to head to Val's Anvil. Nobody's defending Lothar and either. Auto-resolve this. Oh wow, that damage, that we took a lot more damage than I was expecting to there. Stop. Now, oh, you can't reach Lothar? Ah, well, okay. Okay, well then I guess you're gonna sit in Val's Anvil. Fine. Let's have iron here anyway, so we can keep it. A little bit unfortunate, but whatever. The unfortunate aspect being that we couldn't quite reach Lothar in itself. We're gonna go with they've come to the wrong place, which is what we do in our new territories. How are you guys looking? Rank 8. Skull Crushers. And you, Knights. And you, Knights. There we go, very nice, and then you'll be a Skull Crusher unit soon as well. You guys are not yet chosen up. You could be chosen up, though you lose a ton of armor for doing so, but, well, it feels wrong for Valkia not to have piles of chosen, so we gotta do it. Chosen of Corn, shielded ones to act as the vanguard. Alright, who's after Valkia? Malefax. Oh, look at that, Rikarth is here. Is he actually nearby or not? I can't tell. There isn't another lizard army out there, so... Wait, here's what we can do. Go into encamp stance right outside of the Mine of the Bearded Skulls. If Rikarth wants to... Oh, it's an iron location. Damn. Well, then I guess we will have to take it for ourselves. Is Rikarth helping here? No. Not right now. If they sally out, they'll get destroyed. If they don't sally out, well, then Rikarth can... move on in. Let's pop this on... No. On the War Shrine. And just stay there for a turn. Alrighty. Illustria is starting to look a little bit better. A little bit more chaotic. Okay. What do we have still this turn? Samoth Painbringer, you poor man. You didn't get your trains. You didn't get your battle with Grimgore's revival. Oh, game. But hey, 3 out of 4 victory conditions, and by the looks of it, we'll be getting the 4th. Ludred, you are moving down here to join your ogres and your mantcores and whatnot to that monstrous army, but I guess Samoth is crossing the mountains. Alright, keep on moving. I believe in you. There you go. Anything useful summoned here? Another giant, another Chaos Feral Mantcore? Hey, we're already losing all the money, why not lose a little more? There we go. I could have 2 stacks like this following each other as just 2 ludicrous monstrous stacks, why not? I'm overbuilding Marauders at this point because it just takes too long to level them. Nervegicust. Now you will have to turn around to go for Krokgar again. That is inevitable. But for now, we want to knock out Thorak. He'll run, but can he run far enough? We'll have to have Valmir follow as well. Will he run? Will he stay or will he go? He will return to Karagarud, but not far enough, sir. Get him, Norvegicust. I'll resolve it. Oh, please don't tell me our poor ratlings are gonna get wrecked. Yeah, a couple of them died. It's okay. And kill captives for the next auto-resolve. Ah, and that'll be at Karagarud. Very nice. Level 18, so close to princehood. So close. It'll be sad to lose regeneration, but what are you gonna do? I guess pray to Nurgle that he grants us favor once more. We do have a pile of Longbeards here. Is this worth fighting, though? Hard to say. I mean, there is an army here. They could have another stack nearby, potentially. Also, you can move fairly far, but not quite far enough to reach Karagarud, but get close. What's the likelihood this guy besieges it? Pretty low, right? He's a relatively weak lord. I think we can freely auto-resolve this. Oh. Problem. No, stop moving. I just realized something. If we sack this to get the additional XP, which we may still want, because these guys want to be chosen and they're not, we won't be able to move anymore. Maybe it's not worth sacking it. Maybe we just take it. Regardless of the XP. And I know it's a close victory, and the army will be heavily damaged, but it is what it is. Occupy. There we go. Another Armor of Damnation, not the best item, but better than nothing, and level 19. So close. So close. Hopefully we can find another stack, and even if not, there is the second strongest faction in the game. Oh, they're not the second anymore. What happened to you? Who's the second strongest now? The Bloody Hand. Oh, okay. Bloody Hands and Bone Rattlers don't count, so second is still Sylvania, and third is still Khemri. Alright. What are we looking at here? Malefix is stuck where he is. Demahar. I'll fight this between the episodes mostly. Oh, wait, no. This one might actually be worth fighting. But sadly, I think that'll have to be next time. Not 100% sure on it, but let's double check. Kygast Soul Thief. You were bringing stuff to Be'lakor, and oh, that actually reminds me. We were supposed to ally recruit for Be'lakor out of the Magathkin. No dice on those Exalted Plague Bearers. What about the Poxmakers? 53. Oh, it's just gonna be impossible, isn't it? We could get him some Nurglings, give him 45 melee defense, but not super happy with anything there. Meh. We could give him a Blood Shrine just to buff up all of his units. For now, I guess it doesn't change things, so we'll give him these units, and then we'll see which ones of those we keep. Also, you can move around like this. You're gonna join Be'lakor's army. I guess we can delete you as well. Well, actually, no. We can have one of you follow Be'lakor, and the other one can follow Ngulator. Everybody follow somebody. And... oh, I actually wanted to see something. Wait. Ah, too late. Alright, cancel this for a second.
The first.
I want to see something. Ah, damn, I was hoping we could get a spawn. So, there's a thing. Blood and Magic appears to include Spawn in its list. Now, Spawns aren't Demons units, or Spawn aren't Demon units, but I'm curious whether it does work for them, because if it does, then we'll want piles of Spawn in here instead of Chaos Warriors. So we'll upgrade you to Forsaken, and then we'll see about upgrading you guys to Spawn. It's gonna take a little bit of time. Can we side grade these guys into Forsaken? No, we can't, which is a bit of a shame.
The 4 token.
Well, either way, I guess Be'lakor, you don't need the trolls. I was never going to put trolls in there anyway. Take these, lose the trolls. Alright, and then you can lose the trolls as well, frankly.
You
Although, nah, let's not pay for them. It's already too much. We'll upgrade these guys to Forsaken, see if they work. We'll also need some more gifted units, but we'll wait, and we can't recruit more units for now either, so we'll wait. Blood and Magic, obviously the thing we're going to take. Area Hex versus Experience for Undivided Lords and Heroes faction-wide. Tempting. I'm gonna have to go yes. More XP. Such as remains on the map. And, okay, most of the rest of the stuff we have to do is of the admin variety, and I think we're going to have to wait for that until next time. So we'll call it here, we'll do this little battle between, or I'll probably fight it next time. Yeah, this army hasn't had too much of a chance to play, and this is a decent stack against the relatively untested army still, so yeah. We'll do this battle at the start of next episode and then continue. Ulthuan is half hours. I'll take the opportunity to trade a bunch of territories to our allies, and then we begin working on these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever stacks belong to the dead, as we try to corral and surround Azag's new forces. Fun stuff. Anyway, more... Oh, and of course Wurzag's as well. More... I keep wanting to say blood dragons. More chaos, more Archaon to come as we once again continue heading into the end here. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below, especially to Threshold, as they determine, well, a bunch of things at this point in time. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.